We hired young workers in between the ages of 16 and 24 to do a summer work experience at area businesses, and it was intended to stimulate the economy on both the employer's side and with the young worker, because the young worker got experience at a job and money that they wouldn't have otherwise had, because in a down economy it's hard for people with no skills at all to get employment, especially in top jobs in our city. And on the employer side, they got free labor for the whole summer and didn't have to pay for it. The Next Generation Jobs Team program paid the wages of those workers, and around 18% were actually hired permanently at the end of the program. Seth Sanders is a young man from a family of 7 kids, and his mother raises them mostly by herself, so that's never easy. And he was a 16-year-old kid. Him and his brother both entered the program, and Seth wanted to interview in fleet maintenance at State Farm. It was his first job ever, and he nailed it. He got the job on his first interview, really did a great job, and they loved him.
My name's Michelle. I'm Seth's mother, and he's the 6th out of 7 kids. I've been really pleased to see him be able to do some things that his older brothers and sisters haven't been able to do. It's always been my goal and my hope that my kids would be independent and have a lot of drive to be able to accomplish educational goals. Seth's a real hard worker. A lot of my kids are. They've had to be. We didn't have any child support or any assistance from their dad from the time Seth was real little.
My teachers, they saw that I was doing really well in school and I had good enough grades and everything that I could handle the program, and saw if I could get into it. And there was an open spot, so I got in. My mom was raising 7 kids on her own, so that was really tough on my mom, and so I've been trying to help now that I got older and have the chance to get a job. And you know, it's a really good opportunity because I see that things can turn around, because I'm making more money than a lot of other people make, and I'm actually getting to start out and do something for myself.
He really blossomed and grew with this program. I saw his self-esteem raise. He was just much more confident, much more able to make decisions, and it was the immediate reward that he's always wanted for doing the right thing. He was so excited to get to work every day that I had to get on him to tell him not to get up so early because I wasn't getting any sleep. And he would wake me up 3, 4, 5 times just to make sure that we were going to make it out the door on time. This was just wonderful for Seth because he got to spend time with men that were mentors for him. He got to learn some skills that he never learned before because he didn't have a father.
I had some really great guys to work with that taught me a lot of things. I worked in all sorts of stuff, coming from like light construction and irrigation to like pulling weeds and things outside, but they taught me how to use all sorts of tools. I pulled wire with fish tape. I got to learn how to work these electric units and things that power computer databases and things, and just a lot of stuff that opened up to me like, wow, there's a lot of stuff I could do. It's just altogether a great program to get some skills and start to figure out what you want to do in life.
Did it help you figure out what you wanted to do?
Yeah, see, I've always been involved. Like, I like working with my hands and things, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to get in hardcore construction because I've had a stepdad that had a hurt back and things from things like that. And I'm still thinking about maybe electrician's work or things like that, or maybe even like a computer tech type person, just somewhere in that field. I like to work with my hands.
He really made a big impact on his department, and they really appreciated him being there. He was always on time. He did a great job. They all pulled together at the end of the experience to buy him some things that he might need for his next school year, which he was very thankful and excited for, that so many people thought that he was so great. And he also, his brother and he both saved all of their earnings from the Next Generation Jobs Team program and purchased mopeds, so that now when they get a new job, they can get from place to place and don't have to rely on their family for transportation. transportation because that was an issue?
Well, through this program, I was working at State Farm and saved up my money to buy a moped so I could transport myself around to minimize the gas expense and just help out altogether and make sure I have transportation if something goes wrong.
He got himself a scooter. He bought himself some games and things that we had to sell due to finances. And he has his own bank account. He is working toward getting himself a permit to begin to learn to drive. He has his own ID. And basically, I don't really have to supervise him on getting to work, on his money, or his behavior at work.
What about CMCA? What'd you think about the staff or the program, the way they ran it?
Well, they were definitely helpful in staying on top of things and, getting a hold of me when there were changes and just informing me on when I needed to start work and whatever was up and if I had any needs and I needed some clothing for work and got on top of that right away, so it really helped me out to get started.
He did a fantastic job, and they told him if he works really hard, gets through high school and comes back, there's a good possibility he could get hired on there, and they have tuition assistance at State Farm. So that could be a lead for his future as well as an experience that helped him right now.
I'm just really proud of Seth and what he's accomplished, and I just wanted to mention that this program has not just benefited Seth. He has a brother that's 18 months older who also participated in the program and also bought himself a scooter. So this has just been great for us all the way around, and I'm really thankful that the program exists.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you too.